I cannot believe the ending of Nezha 2. It was completely insane. After the craziest journey we've ever seen, the final act just kept dropping bombshells that changed everything. But what if I told you the biggest secrets weren't on the screen, but were hidden right in front of us? We've analyzed every single frame and every line of dialogue to bring you the 5 craziest theories that will blow your mind and change how you see this entire story. But before we jump in, here's a super fast recap of that explosive ending. Nezha was tricked into thinking the dragons destroyed his home, and he almost teamed up with the ultimate manipulator, Wuang, leader of the Chan sect. But then, the insane truth came out. Wuang himself burned the city down to frame the dragons and get more power. In the crazy battle that followed, Nezha's mom, Lady Yin, sacrificed herself inside Wuliang's giant cauldron. This fueled Nezha with so much grief that he absorbed the cauldron's fire and was reborn in his true fire form. Then, Nezha and Aobing smashed the cauldron, beat back the heavenly armies, and swore they would expose Wuliang's corruption to everyone. It was an unbelievable ending, but I'm telling you, it's just getting started. First up is a theory that flips Nezha's entire story on its head. Theory 1. Nezha's demonic nature is a giant trick. From day one, Nezha's biggest problem has been that he's the demon orb. Everyone is scared of him, and his whole life is about controlling his powers and trying to prove he can be a hero. Nezha too pushes this to an insane new level. Just to try the immortality trials, Nezha literally has to take sleeping pills so Aobing can take over his body. He has to hide his demonic side just to have a chance. But what if the movie is telling you his demonic nature was never the real problem? Think about it. The biggest villain in this movie wasn't a demon. He was a god, the leader of the so-called good guys. Wuliang, an immortal master, is the one who commits mass murder and tries to melt living people into potions. The demons Nezha fights are made out to be monsters, but we never see them do anything wrong. They're just in the way of the Chan sect getting what it wants. This theory says Nezha's fight isn't about defeating his inner demon. It's about realizing the words demon and god mean absolutely nothing. The movie is based on the book Investiture of the Gods, and it loves showing that good and evil aren't what they seem. All of Nezha's demonic traits, his impulsiveness, his insane loyalty, and the fact he never gives up are the things that make him a hero. He wasn't supposed to get rid of his demon side, he was supposed to use it to fight a system that is truly evil. The real monster was never the demon kid, it was the god pretending to be a hero. Theory 2. Nezha and Aobing's alliance is the new world order. The friendship between Nezha and Aobing is the most important part of these movies. One is fire, the other is water. They were born to be enemies, but they chose to be friends instead. In Nezha 2, it goes even further. After Aobing's new body is destroyed, their souls have to share Nezha's body, literally making them two halves of one person. This theory says their friendship isn't just a friendship, it's a sign of a new cosmic power. The old world was all about the gods in the heavens being in charge, where the Chan sect made the rules and the dragon clan was oppressed. That whole system is corrupt. Its leader, Wuliang, is a total monster. Nezha and Aobing are the complete rejection of that system. They are demon and dragon, fire and water, yin and yang, two opposites who chose to unite instead of fight. Their journey is all about Taoist ideas of balance and harmony. It's only when they work together that they're strong enough to fight the heavenly armies. This isn't just two friends fighting some random villain. This is the birth of a new way of thinking. The movie is telling us that real power comes from working together, not from your status or fighting to be number one. Their team up isn't just a team up, it's a prophecy for a new world that's going to destroy the old one. Theory 3, Lady Yin's sacrifice was a secret plan for Rebirth. Okay, we have to talk about one of the most insane and heartbreaking moments in the finale, Lady Yin's sacrifice. Watching her get turned into a potion in Wuliang's cauldron while Nezha can only watch is brutal. The rage from that moment is what gives him the power for his ultimate transformation, letting him absorb the fire and be reborn. It seems like a tragic story of a mother's love. But what if it was something more? This theory says Lady Yin's death wasn't an accident. It was a planned event to give Nezha his final form. The original myths about Nezha are full of rebirths. In the old stories, after Nezha dies, his master rebuilds his body out of lotus roots. This movie franchise is obsessed with that theme. In Nezha 2, his mother's sacrifice is the final piece he needed. He He was born a demon, raised by humans, and protected by a lotus, but it's his own mother's essence, burned in a divine fire, that he absorbs to be truly reborn. It's a crazy fusion of his demon origins, his human life, and now a piece of the divine. Her death wasn't just to make him angry, it was the last ingredient he needed to become someone who could actually challenge the gods. He's not just a demon boy anymore. He is made of love, sacrifice, and fire, and he's powerful enough to take on anyone. Theory 4, Wuang is a nobody in a bigger game. The biggest twist of Nezha 2 is that Wuang, the leader of the Chan sect, is the real villain. He destroyed Chentang Pass, framed the dragons, and wanted to turn them into potions to make his followers stronger. He looks like the ultimate final boss, but what if he isn't? What if he's just a middle manager for a heavenly corporation that is 100% evil? This theory says Wuliang's insane plan is just a small part of a much bigger problem in the heavens. Throughout the movie, he keeps talking about a deification war. In the book, Investiture of the Gods, this is a gigantic war where all the gods and immortals fight each other to get more power and a higher rank. Wuliang's obsession with making potions and gaining power doesn't feel like a solo plan. It feels like he's desperately preparing for this exact war. He's the top student of the Supreme Lord Yuanshi Tianzun, a being so powerful we haven't even seen him yet. What if Wuliang is just following orders? Or maybe he thinks his horrible actions are for the greater good of the heavens. The Chan sect's goal was to stay on top, and while his methods were extreme, his bosses might have the exact same goal. The true villain of this franchise might not be Wuliang at all, but the entire celestial government he works for. He's a monster, but he might just be the first boss in a much bigger fight against a heaven that has become completely corrupt. Theory 5, the mid-credits scene sets up a crazy family war. And now for the theory that changes everything. In the mid-credits scene, we see Wuliang trying to recruit the villain from the first movie, Shen Gongbao, for the deification war. But that's not the craziest part. The scene ends by revealing that Nezha's older brothers, Jinja and Muja, have been called to Wuliang's palace to find him, and they have no idea their master is the bad guy. This is setting up the most devastating family conflict for Nezha 3. Jinja and Muja are loyal disciples in the Chan sect, so when Nezha and Aobing show up to expose Wuliang, whose side will his brothers take? They're going to be forced to choose between being loyal to their master or loyal to their little brother, who they probably still think is just a troublemaker. This isn't a simple good versus evil fight anymore. This is a civil war that will force brother to fight brother. Nezha finally got his family to accept him, but now he might have to fight his own siblings. This makes the stakes incredibly personal and will tear their family apart. Nezha fought to change his own destiny, but now he has to fight the very people his brothers have sworn to protect. The war for the heavens is going to start right inside his own family. So, what does all this mean? The ending of Nezha 2 isn't just a setup for another movie, it changes the entire story. It makes you question what good and evil even mean, and it lays the groundwork for a war that will be both huge and incredibly personal. Whether Nezha is fighting his own demons or a corrupt army of gods, one thing is for sure, he is still in control of his own fate. But I want to know what you think. Which of these theories do you believe? Do you think Wuliang is the real villain or just a pawn? And are you ready to see Nezha fight his own brothers? Tell me your theories in the comments right now. And if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next breakdown. Thanks for watching.